2019 Hyundai Veloster car review. On symbolizes name Yang. Or at least that has been Hyundai's declaration in the event it dreamed in the N performance sub-brand in 2013. It seemed a curious choice due to the fact Namyang, the South Korean home of Hyundai's R&D campus, has neither the background nor your track that will make the place synonymous with performance. There's more elevation alteration of a typical Walmart parking zone than on Namyang's handling course, and also a simple autocross in said car park would be a better dynamic exercise for anything the N division might build. In fact, we've wondered whether Namyang's modest proving grounds undoubtedly are a reason why Hyundai's cars have remained dynamically indifferent whilst quality, design, and show content have rocketed ahead. The good points of 2019 Hyundai Veloster N: animated engine, faithful steering, remarkable effectiveness understeer. The bad points of 2019 Hyundai Veloster N: muffled engine note. Someone at Hyundai need to have recognized this, as the company soon claimed that N actually had two meanings, Namyang and Nürburgring. That resonated. The longest and the majority demanding racetrack on the globe is an inimitable measuring stick. A Hyundai which could competently loop the Nürburgring Nordschleife will have to be unlike any we've known. That's just what the 2019 Hyundai Veloster N is. Due in dealerships this November, the 275 horsepower front-wheel drive hot hatch may be the second vehicle manufactured by N as well as the first that may reach the United States. Placing its metal where its mouth is, Hyundai delivered us to Germany to hustle the Veloster N both round the green hell additionally, on the surrounding roads over the Black Forest. During 2 laps with the 12.9-mile Nordschleife plus an hour-long tear through surrounding countryside, we reveled inside an animated engine, faithful steering, assured body control, steadfast brakes, a remarkable potential to deal with understeer, and emotions nothing you've seen prior unlocked while piloting a Hyundai. N follows M. There's a simple explanation to the transformation on display here. The N division isn't just phonetically similar and alphabetically close to BMW's M division. The Koreans went as much as poaching M veterans Thomas Skimero, the first kind America's head, and Albert Biermann, who ran R&D for 8 years. Biermann informs us Hyundai's development process just for this new make of performance cars isn't any different from BMW's. Save how the N division doesn't have any dedicated engine development team. Instead, the Veloster N's mill was made from the turbocharged 2.0-liter Theta inline 4 offered inside the Sonata midsize sedan. With new pistons to lessen the compression ratio, a more substantial twin-scroll turbocharger, as well as a less restrictive exhaust system, the engine sees its output rise in an estimated 250 horsepower and 260 lb-ft of torque within the base Veloster N. The optional performance package designed for the car we drove carries a revised overboost strategy that pushes peak horsepower for an estimated 275. Likely being the only option besides paint color, the performance package touches every aspect from the Veloster. In addition towards the power bump, it offers an electronically controlled limited-slip differential, larger brakes, a lively exhaust, and 19-inch Pirelli P0 tires while using letters HN molded to the sidewall, denoting them to be developed specifically just for this car. The suspension and steering will also be recalibrated to try out nice with this particular new hardware. The base Veloster N rides on 18-inch Michelin Pilot Super Sports and drives top wheels via an open differential. A hot hatch that can hang while using best. Capitalizing around the potential in the Veloster Turbo spec, N's first effort for that US market exhibits the hallmarks of any master, not really a freshman apprentice. The Veloster N keenly dives into corners and hangs ill carry-on with tireless front-end grip. It approaches the limit with less understeer compared to the Volkswagen Golf GTI. Possibly at a slower pace, it exudes a playful verve that's absent inside sober VW. The Hyundai doesn't entice unruly antics or corner as neutrally because Ford Focus Street, then again no other front-wheel drive car does. The 306 horsepower Honda Civic Type R may be the N's closest peer, not simply in power output and drivetrain configuration but also inside way it attacks a road. Just breathing the name Veloster N inside same sentence since this Japanese rival that's won both an assessment test and also a 2018 10 Best Cars award speaks to what Hyundai has accomplished here. Both cars hold in keeping a fluid chassis, a responsive powertrain, with an absence of torque steer. Hyundai's boosted 4 cylinders often uses up breath near the top on the tachometer, however, not this one. The tweaked 2.0-liter is strong across its entire 6,750 revolutions per minute sweep. Turbo lag is trivial, masked with a torque plateau that forms at 1,450 revolutions per minute. Running the ring mostly in third and fourth gears, the Veloster demonstrates a wide and flexible mid-range that trenches your vehicle out of corners. Only the exhaust note leaves something to get desired. From inside the automobile, it sounds like the engine is muffled, having a dozen cardboard boxes nested like Russian matryoshka dolls. A 6-speed manual could be the sole transmission for that moment, and it features a rev matching function which might be switched on and off, which has a dedicated button about the steering wheel. Biermann says an optional 8-speed dual-clutch automatic is arriving, while not for a couple of years. Assuming the N is feathery light inside the same way other Velosters are, we expect a curb weight between 3,000 and 3,100 pounds and also a 0 to 60 mph period of less than 5.5 seconds. On a toboggan run stretch of unrestricted Autobahn, gravity helped pull the N beyond Hyundai's claimed 155 miles per hour of max to an indicated 166 miles per hour. More than that number, the Veloster impresses with how utterly unfazed it feels at triply-digit speeds. It is stable and improbably quiet, with none with the jittering windshield wipers or a fluttering hood which may suggest lower than thorough engineering. The N scrubs speed assertively with the alert and firm pedal. The upgraded brakes, vented discs by any means, 4 corners with toe piston sliding calipers on the leading axle, are lifted on the Korea market Kia Optima, that's sold there as being the K5. Hyundai says that basic in-house parts, instead of turning to a blue-chip supplier, for instance Brembo, is the vital thing to preserving that hallmark value. And yes, it appears to have realized these kinds of penny-pinching decisions without compromising your vehicle. But don't think with the N like a simple part-swapping exercise. Compared with other Velosters, this place earns additional unibody welds and stiffening braces, the location where the struts mount, throughout the center tunnel, and tying top subframe to your body. The power steering motor is located around the rack, while lesser Velosters utilize a column-mounted unit, which reduces inertia and friction from the system to increase feel. Biermann has additionally made a point out increase the self-centering torque inside the calibration of each and every Hyundai vehicle has got touched. That makes the on-center valley more predominant and gives the steering more heft of center. In the Veloster N, this tactic leads to just right weighting, even though you'd still need an amplifier to extract significant feedback. We're left to wonder how ride quality will compare well on US roads. On the ring, the Veloster proved quite stiff, and over the notoriously choppy carousel, the Veloster pumped and chattered. This latter fact wouldn't have raised eyebrows, with the exception that we rode shotgun in Hyundai's i30N race car and it also skated over the same section with unflappable grace, proving which a car might be more supple compared to the Veloster without sharpness. We were comforted a little when we relaxed the conventional adaptive dampers on Germany's admittedly smooth roads the very next day. The Veloster's bolstered sport seats aren't special to think about, nonetheless they strike the correct balance of canyon blitzing support and daily driver comfort, even though the beefed-up controls feels natural. From the spokes, the motive force can cycle among eco, normal, sport, N, and custom driving modes. The last one allows independent adjustment on the throttle response, the engine sound via speakers plus the active exhaust, limited slip behavior, damper stiffness, steering calibration, stability control, and also the rev matching map. The seatbelts and trim accents are tinted within the N brand's performance blue, plus the exterior fasces and side sills are marked with signal red flourishes unless the vehicle itself is painted red. While it's hardly the caricature the Civic Type R is, those red streaks along with the asymmetric three-door configuration supply the Veloster N a much more juvenile attitude compared to a GTI and the Golf R. You will come to know name Yang. There remains one unknown that keeps us from passing full judgment for the Veloster N, price. Hyundai reps will say that their ideal sprawling gulf between cars such because Honda's Civic C, Subaru WRX, and Volkswagen Golf GTI and also the roughly $35,000 opening price from the Civic Type R, WRX SDI, and nearly $40,000 Golf R. Then again, when has Hyundai ever priced itself out from the game? If the Veloster N is available in around $29,000 even as we predict, it can represent a powerful value. Figure $2,500 being a fair price for that performance package, after which the Hyundai would always be about $4,000 cheaper compared to Civic Type R. Assuming it will become reality, that Hyundai discount will, finally, cover only the gap in brand reputation in lieu of dynamic shortcomings. Cars such as the Veloster N represent Hyundai's best chance to close that gap, particularly if the engineers can transfer this success for the mainstream cars and crossovers. If Hyundai keeps this up, name Yang might just claim the letter N since its own.